Lauren, we have the brand new hub in front of us.
We do.
And I think what we should do is walk through, what is it like? We just received this. What's the unboxing like?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, we're going to walk in here, unzipped. We're going to open this up, and we're going to see what is inside. We're going to start with the big part. What's this guy?
Here's our hub. This is the main piece. This is the main unit. It hooks to your computer.
That's the big machine. That's the brains behind everything you're going to experience.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we have obviously the power part to the hub, right? These are these two parts.
And these are important because this is 24 volt and 5 amps. So this is, you got to make sure this doesn't.
You can't use any power.
No, this is the one you have to use.
Okay, have to use this. Don't cut these cords. You want to use this because it's very important. Dialed in for what the hub needs.
Exactly.
Okay, what's this right here? This is, you can take it out, but it's in a bag right now.
It's our visual stimulator.
Okay.
Over the eyes. So.
Visual stimulator, so you wear those while you're doing a session on the hub.
Yes.
We have some cords, connecting cords.
Yep.
Right, with the audio or the Windows-based PC, right?
Yep.
Okay, now what are these?
These are the cranial frequency stimulators, and they just attach to the earlobes.
Okay, right on the earlobe. So that's another modality that's in. So we have the visual modality going on. We have these cranial stimulators going on the ears as a modality. And then underneath this, we have
the headphones that are tuned to the audio that comes out of the hub and out of your AO scanner.
Oh, through the AO scanner.
And that gives you your audio stimulation.
This is what you get if you're just starting out and you want to have any of those brain engagement experiences, right?
Yeah, and that's really good, Kai. Brain engagement, not brain entrainment. Big difference.
Yeah, big difference. I think let's take this to the next step and let's show how to connect this to some sort of Windows-based PC, desktop, or tablet. We have taken out all the contents from the starter hub kit. Obviously, we got the big guy here.
The hub.
The hub. We have our headphones, the audio frequency side of things. We have our visual stimulators, right? We have our cranial frequency stimulators. And then we have our connection pieces. Two connection pieces. This is interesting. This is the data connection.
Right.
This is the audio connection. Yep. Okay. So you have the hub here. We have your Windows-based laptop here. We have it plugged in. We're ready to go. What do we do next?
Okay. So first thing you do, just like Kai explained, you're going to take your data cable. You're going to plug that into where it says USB on the back of your hub. You plug that in. On my computer or my laptop, it doesn't have a USB-C or a USB-A, so I have to use a USB-C adapter, plug it in. Once that's plugged in, you'll go up to the top right corner of your screen, the three little bars. You'll click on it, and if you look over to the far left, there's a little button that says off, and it says AO Hub Overlay, and you want to turn that on.
And then it goes green. It says on, off to on.
Then it's on. Then we just click out of that, and then you'll see there's a new button up here at the top right. It looks like a little plug, and so you click on that little black plug, and it opens up the overlay.
Oh, that's cool. So then you see, and it says AO Hub right there in the middle.
It does. Now, when the first time you plug this in, this little box up here will be red, and when you click on it, it will drop down the list of the USB ports that are available. And on this one, we plugged it in already. If you've got a laptop or a tablet, actually a laptop or tablets, some of them, the drivers haven't been initiated. And we have some instructions on how to put the drivers on so that you can access it. But once the drivers are set up, you just find that the appropriate port. And the first one you click on doesn't work, go back, click on another one until it turns on. And then it will immediately turn green. That means your AO Hub now is communicating directly to the software.
So you're trying to get the hub, we got the data connected, we got the power connected, and those steps took me to this top right to the right of AO Hub. I have a plug-in sign, and then I have a check mark, and it's all green. It says I'm good to go.
You're good to go.
Okay.
But we're not finished.
We're not finished.
Okay, so now the next thing we do is we want to be able to run the audio from your Inner Voice or from your MindSync or any of the Cephi programs.
Okay.
You want to run that audio through the hub. Again, on my laptop, I had to use a little adapter to get the
audio
audio cable. And then right here where it says audio in, you're going to plug in to there. So now that's connecting the audio from the AO technology to the hub.
And I love that. You kind of have descriptions all over the place. So we're paying attention to what you're saying, saying where to connect what.
It's all labeled for you.
Right? It's all labeled. Okay, so what do we have?
Next thing, our visual stimulators. You plug that into your hub directly, and it will say light goggle. Just plug that in.
There we go.
And then the last thing we need to, well, second to the last thing, our audio stimulator plugs into the audio out.
Okay, so audio in, audio out.
So now we've got everything hooked up except for
our cranial frequency stimulators.
That plugs in on the opposite side.
Where it says CES, right?
CES,
It's a bit of an abbreviation.
And we just plug that in. Now we have everything hooked up and we're ready to use the hub.
Everything's connected. That's really easy. I see that what you walked me step by step. If I follow your instructions, not only am I connecting the hub to the AO scan technology, which is required to run the hub, right? But now I've connected the modalities that we want in order to use the AO hub benefits, right?
Yep.
One really important thing, we talked about how it's Windows-based environment that has to be used for the hub, right? And of course, you have to have your AO scan technology. One thing that is interesting with Windows-based environments, you have a lot of different manufacturers with the Windows platform, right?
Yes.
One thing let's address in connecting and making sure that those ports are open, there's a couple things we want to bring your attention to, particularly with tablets.
And laptops.
They come with the S mode or the security mode.
Yeah.
With that mode on, that really only runs Windows apps. Do you want to come off of S mode in order to open that up, right?
Yes, you do.
Now, with your quick start guide, another thing that's going to be helpful is we want to open up the drivers that will be used to run the AO hub with your Windows laptop or tablet or desktop for that matter.
Yeah.
Now, I'll note that some devices you'll plug in, no problem whatsoever, no problem connecting to the hub. But if you have any sort of hiccup, everything's connected, everything looks right, it means we probably need the drivers. In your quick start guide, you will have the driver link. So you're going to click the link, it's going to download the driver to your computer, and then you're just going to follow the instructions to install that driver. Once it's installed, you might want to reboot the computer, reconnect the hub.
And you only have to do it one time.
And then it's open, right?
Yep, it's done.
Then you can connect the AO hub and you should see everything working perfectly. So we just want to make sure that everybody has that information. Look to the quick start guide. That's going to be available in the back office. It should be emailed to you as well in the process of distributing all the AO hubs to everybody who's getting them. We love this. So just pay attention. Don't get too frustrated in the beginning. We want you to have a great experience with the AO hub. So use the link to get the drivers updated.
It's a great one. So Kai, we've got everything all set up here with the hub. It's all hooked up, everything's attached. We've got the communication with the software, we're ready to go. What would you like to accomplish with this session?
You know, I know that there's a few things we can do with that engagement with our brains and that process. I think right now I'd like to, maybe a lot of times, I'd like to get into a relaxed state. Right, just kind of a peaceful state. That's
into theta.
In the theta.
Okay,
yep, theta's perfect.
So what we're going to do is we'll actually come down and we'll just push on the T, which stands for theta. Everything's now set except for the audio here. You'll notice on here we have a left and a right. Some people hear better in one ear than the other.
Okay.
So you can adjust the left and the right audio to where it's just perfect for them.
Okay.
So that the balance is equal. It may not be the same balance here, but in their head it's the same. Okay.
When you hit T, am I already in session? Do I need to be concerned about hurrying and putting anything on?
No, because we haven't started the program.
Okay.
We've just configured the program for theta.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to hook up your cranial frequency stimulators. Now this is really simple. It's a great use for your little Solex shot glass.
Brand new Solex shot glass.
Brand new.
Love these.
Okay, so you'll notice that this particular cable has a red and a black end. It makes no difference which one goes where. And then the tips, they're little clamps. You want to open them up and then just dip them in just to where it covers the ends.
Or just the tips.
Just the tips, and get them moist. Okay? Now,
Right, and caution with that, right? The caution is you're dealing with water around computers.
yeah.
They don't work well together, right? So be careful when you do it. But so then I'm just putting these on my
Put them
earlobes.
right on your earlobe, and it doesn't matter which side goes front or back either.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter which is front or back, and it doesn't matter red or black on either left or
I
right.
don't wear earrings, so I'm not exactly sure if these are right or centered, but
You're
they feel
perfect.
all right.
That's anywhere on the earlobe. And that's a good question. For a woman that's got her earrings, she does not have to take them out.
Okay.
As long as you can get the clamp on the ear. And
Doesn't matter if they're touching the
Nope,
earrings.
doesn't matter.
Okay. Great.
Okay? Because what we're stimulating is frequency into the brain. Okay? All right, so that's the first thing. Our second thing is
Visual.
our visual stimulation.
Okay, visual stimulators, and it's interesting. You want to make an adjustment, right? Try and make sure they fit right. This is Solex. They got the band. I'm just going to put these over my head.
Where it's comfortable. Now,
Where it's
there's a
comfortable.
couple of things that I want to point out here. The lights that are going to be stimulating are full spectrum white light.
Okay.
Now, you want your eyes closed during this, not clenched, just closed, comfortably closed, and just allow it to be. And you're going to want to adjust that light to where it is comfortable. So you don't want it to be so
that can
bright.
be adjusted in
You're
the program.
That's the very top adjustment. The best thing to do is we want to start the program and make sure that you're comfortable with your audio levels and your visual.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go ahead and
Before I
put
put
on
my
your
headphones.
No, put your headphones on.
Okay, and they have a left and a right.
Now
And I'm blind
that
right now.
is important to make sure you put left and right on. These particular headphones are the Solex headphones. We call them frequency audio frequency stimulators. They are tuned specifically to the hub and to the audio that comes from the AO scan. Okay. If you break them or you lose them, any headphone will work. It's just these are better tuned, more precisely tuned. Okay, so everything is on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the program. You need to tell me, is the audio balanced in both left and right, and are the lights comfortable for you to?
Is it okay if the cranial stimulators are touching the headphones?
Yes, absolutely.
okay.
No problem. So here we go. We start. Now, Kai, is the intensity of the light too strong for you?
Yeah, they're a little bright right now.
So let me take it down a little bit. You tell me when it's comfortable
Okay.
to your.
Too far. Back. Can come back. A little higher. A little more. A touch more. Right there.
Okay.
I like that.
That's good. So now we've got that set up, and you're going to do that with every patient, and you'll just remember this for your next time.
All right, now I'm seeing colors and rectangles and triangles. What am I seeing?
Now this is the interesting part. We only have white light, but it's full spectrum white light. So depending on your emotions, your stress levels, what you ate this morning, how relaxed you are, it's gonna dictate the colors you perceive, because you're really not seeing a color, okay, because your eyes are closed.
Yeah.
But
You've
you're
seen all kinds of
perceiving,
patterns.
Okay, and then also patterns. This is your brain chemistry's response to the stimulus from the audio, the cranial, and the visual.
I love my brain.
And so now, the next thing we want to check, though, Kai, is the volume the same in left and right ear?
Yeah, it feels
Okay,
it's
so-
good. And not
so
too
then-
loud, not too soft.
Then
It
you're
feels
good. And how about the
The cranial frequencies?
frequency? Is that a little intense? You want to
Yeah,
feel a
no,
little
it
bit
was.
of a
You
thump
know what? When it first started, it was a little like
because you
whoop.
were shocked.
Yeah. But now it's normalized for me. So I
Okay.
think it was just the initial. That's a good thing to do when you're starting to know that there might be a little like, oh, it feels like a little 10 shock almost.
A little bit. The best thing to do is actually start the CS lower
Okay.
and then bring it up. You want to bring it to where you can feel it, and then you want to back down. So I'm going to back down until you just barely don't feel it.
Oh yeah.
Is that it?
No, that's good right there. Even better.
So that's good. So now everything is set. We stopped this program. We now have everything set. We've got it set for programmed and configured for theta. You got your lights and everything set. Now we hit start and you do your 30 minutes.
Oh, now so I would do it 30 minutes at this point.
Now this is when it starts.
Okay.
Everything has been preset and you hit start and now everything comes on.
Yep.
Everything's right the way you want it.
And the best place for me to be doing this, I mean, standing, sitting, laying, what's
Obviously, the best would be lying down in a room where there's not a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Now you can do it in a chair just like we're doing here, but for the best results, lay down in a quiet room and where you're not going to be disturbed for 30 minutes and just let it do its thing. So you can do this on someone else, or you can do this on yourself. You would just go through everything we just did with your screen and do that.
Well, it just went from reds and oranges to greens and purples. I love this.
It's an amazing experience, isn't it?
It is.
You get the brain just firing. And right now, everything is firing. Now, the first 3 minutes of this session, Kai, is we have a 3-minute start and a 3-minute end. We're actually taking the brain's activity, getting it focused, and then gently bringing it down into, in this case, theta. And then for 24 minutes, you have the full theta program. And then at the end, it'll start to bring it back up to where you're in beta. So when you're done, you're not really sleepy. You're ready to move on with the rest of your day. The same with all the other programs. If we had picked alpha or beta or gamma, it's just the 24 minutes.